Hello guys and welcome back again to the channel. On today's video, I just want to talk about this UAD A-type multiband enhancer. Obviously, since they put out this plugin, it has caused a bit of an upset among some, UA faithfuls for the fact that one is tied to the, interface, which means it's not native. You cannot use this plugin if you don't have either the UAD Apollo or one of the octa-core DSP thingy. So I happen to obviously have one Apollo that I kept out. I thought, let me just have a listen to it and see what the rave is about. And secondly, and also decide to, compare it against the AudioThing Type A, which is emulation of the same plugin really, or should I say the same device. But another plugin that a lot of people haven't actually mentioned is the Overloud Gem Dopamine, which is also emulating the same device, which is, as you can see, the A-type noise reduction, noise reduction module. So this one obviously is sort of not as these other two, in the sense that you can see you only get in two, basically this A-type noise reduction 361 or this, whereas these ones you actually have a lot more. You have excite, expand, air, crush, get it. The same with this, you obviously have quite a different number of stuffs, but as you obviously have labeled there, so you know what's what. Excite, that's excite, right? This is expand, this is your air. So with AudioThing, you might need to obviously look through the manual to know which is which. We will just play around with the thing and then let you guys hear what each bring to the table. So that's the whole essence of this video. Without wasting much of your time, I will run it on a vocal. Let me just go ahead and bypass all of them. Right, this is the vocal without any of this. Then we will just jump through each one, right? And then you can obviously decide if this is what 199 plus the fact that you need a UA device to use it, or are you gonna go for AudioThing Type A, which is currently about $59. And the funny thing is, this week only, as I'm making this video, this Gem Dopamine has actually been dropped to sale for $39. So within the next couple of days, if you go to their website, you can pick this one for $39. And I've actually done a review video of this in the past and I quite like it. So let me now compare it to this other two. Let's get on it.
I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we...
So let's go ahead and throw on the UA, starting with air. Obviously, this is the mix and this is the amount. So I'll sort of play around with the settings to see what sounds good. Sometimes I'm obviously go extreme, so bear with me.
I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we... Ooh, I've been thinking about it all the time, 'cause you linger in my mind. I'm imagining a fantasy.
So as you can hear, this plugin actually brought out a lot of, high sizzle without harshness. So let's try some of that on here, the AudioThing. So obviously this is the demo. So if we go to factory settings, let's go to the vocal tweak, which adds some air.
I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we... Ooh, I've been thinking about it all the time, 'cause you linger in my mind. I'm imagining a fantasy. I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where thinking about it all the time. 'Cause you linger in my mind. I'm imagining a fantasy. I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we. Ooh, I've been thinking about it all the time. 'Cause you linger in my mind. I'm imagining a fantasy. Yeah, yeah. I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we. Ooh, I've been thinking about it all the time. 'Cause you linger in my mind. I'm imagining a fantasy. Yeah, yeah. I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we. I've been living in a fantasy with you and of a place where we. Ooh, I've been thinking about it all the time.
So thinking about it, this could actually be the air as that's blue in color, and that is obviously yellowish, should I say orange. That might be the excite. So let's just try the UA one.
I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we. Ooh, I've been thinking about it all the time. 'Cause you linger in my mind. I'm imagining a fantasy. Yeah, yeah. I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we.
They sound quite different slightly, but you know, with this one in a full mix or with that in a full mix, you probably will not pick out the difference. Just because we soloed it now, you can hear some, subtle differences. But the Gem Dopamine seems like a one-trick pony, which either they just using the excite part or the air part, but I'll believe it's the excite part. That's all you get. So you can move from, excite, expand, air or whatnot, as you can see. So you can then try the 160 or the 361, or should I say 180. But it still gives you that sound, right? If that's all you after, you don't want to, play around with different stuffs and settings or whatnot. But if you want to, go full in and you haven't got the UA box and you don't want to spend $199, so the AudioThing Type A will still do the job for you. So let's just have a final play with this one, because you can see this toggle here. You can actually use it to open the multiband, and then you can play around with how you want to set it or the level, right? If you want this to be less affected.
I've been living in a fantasy with you and me. I've been dreaming of a place where we. Ooh, I've been thinking about it all the time. 'Cause you linger in my mind. I'm imagining a fantasy.
So with this plugin, obviously, you can do a lot more stuff, and you have obviously your 4:1 compressor there, the ratio, or if you turn it off, it stays, dynamic, so it changes. This is your knee. It's in the middle. You can go soft or hard. This is the release, fast or slow. So a lot more can be done with this, to be fair. But for the price, $199, and for the fact that you need to be tied to a box, I will say no for me personally, because I still have quite a handful of plugins that is still tied to this box, but I don't use them no more just because of that, to be fair. Like the C Suite, the C-Vox. I used to love that for noise reduction, but because it's tied to this box, and this box, I don't use it, which is my Apollo interface. I don't use it mostly for my home studio, and I use it more or less when I'm on the move. But I tend to use plugin that I can also use when I come back to my, main home. So that's why I try to only use the UAD native plugins, which I still love. So anyone that's native, I use. But anyone that's tied to the box, I try not to use it, except if I can maybe bounce it. Like this one, for instance, if it was, relatively lower priced, you could grab it and then maybe after mixing it on your vocal, you bounce it down and, know that you've committed to it. But why do it in 2025 if you have other options, right?
Bruh.
So think about that. But the plugin is really good. I will say, for me personally, it's a little bit cleaner than the AudioThing Type A. This is my opinion, obviously. So you decide. You can obviously go demo it yourself and decide which one you think. But the difference is not much compared to the price, especially if you have them on a mix. Because I think once you put it inside the mix and not soloed, you will not pick out the difference. But why soloed? You could hear that the A-type sounds a little bit cleaner. So there you go, guys. If you have your opinion you want to add to the video, leave it on the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, because that also helps YouTube algo to push it to more people. And it also helped me on this channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Bye now.